Live. It's been a minute. Glad to be back. Not 100% clear, but we're good enough to get back and be live. So, oh gosh. There we go. There we go. What up? What up? What up? Yo, Taryn, what's up, buddy? What up? What up? I know it's been a minute. I apologize for that. I was super sick. Yes, sucks no UFC. I hope everybody had a good holidays. I was in bed. I didn't get out of bed, I think, for 2 days. I was destroyed. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Titans, thank you so much, buddy, for the 10 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, I don't necessarily think it's an Armin thing because I honestly, oh, you know what? You kind of are correct because there's an issue, and I can see both sides of it. Personally, I think it's a win-win. Um, 1 week to watch UFC 323. I'm so happy. Me too. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate everybody being here. Smack that like button. Oh, again, I think there's two ways to look at it. I I understand people being upset that he didn't get the title shot. I understand it. I think to me, it's just an interim match. I think if Patty, the problem is Armin just fought, and now it's being announced for January. Patty Gaethje for the interim title for when Ilya comes back. So Armin potentially fights the winner of that matchup in what, September? Potentially September, because we know Armin. If Armin wanted the fight, he could have had the turnaround. The problem is Armin didn't wait again. Yeah, that's the issue. Patty literally fought nobody. I mean, sure, sure. I also think they understand that Patty and Ilya hate each other, and I think that does a lot for the fight. But I mean, you are correct. You're 100% correct. He hasn't fought anybody really, bro. What's next for Ethan Ewing? The guy has hands. Yep. Honestly, his biggest thing is his footwork. I think that's the thing that set him out against Malcolm Wallmaker. I don't think it was his hands. I think it was the footwork and the speed. I don't really know what. I think in a full camp, that fight could have been a little bit different, but Ewing looked great. Somebody with Malcolm Wallmaker, you could do. God, you don't want to rush him too high. Oh, he's going down a weight class. So I don't really know. Somebody maybe like an Andre Feely, Lucas Almeida, somebody like that. I think he's going down a weight class. Yo, Lolita, what's up? Swedish, what's up? He looked great. Yes, he did. UFC is protecting Taporia and Pebble from Armin. Well, I don't think that's true at all. They know Armin will beat Patty, and that would make it mess up the Pimblett Taporia fight. If they know Armin has a good chance, Taporia, they can't have that. I mean, I don't agree because I think either you get Ilya Patty, or you get Ilya Armin. Either way, Patty's still fighting one of those guys. Yes, the UFC wants Ilya Patty, but even if Ilya's not champion, at some point he's gonna fight Patty. So, I think the biggest thing is it's time made sense. Ilya said he's gonna be out for a long time. Armin just fought. Okay, so who's next? Gaethje, Patty. That's it. Who would MVP win? MVP or Morales MVP? I've been off since Wednesday and I've enjoyed the fuck out of it. I don't ever want to. I don't want ever want Monday to come. I feel you, man. I feel you. Will Ilya fight Armin? Yes, after the win. That's why I said I think Ilya will fight Armin September, October maybe. Sup, bro? Not to be mean, but your voice sounds like okay. Cool, cool. What's up, Leon? Did I miss anything? Oh, Arman didn't take any damage. He probably said no. It's not on the UFC if Arman wasn't ready to have another fight. You know, I want to see Ian Cutelaba in UFC 324. I do not. Much love. Appreciate you. Please be. I need. What? What? No. What are we talking about? Hi. What's up? I want to see Ian Cutelaba get knocked out. Fair. I just figured out that I'm gonna be a dad next year. Damn, Titans. Congratulations, buddy. Apparently, Ethan Ewing was supposed to fight Alexa Topuria in his debut, but they chose Colby. Ooh, okay. I like that. Trolls, yeah. Appreciate you. Topuria isn't going to fight Arman. UFC will never book it. I guarantee they will. Really, what fucked it up was Topuria saying he's going to be out. Yo, what's up, MMA? What's up, Elite? Appreciate you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Congrats, Titans. How do you see Gaethje Pimblett going? Very one-sided. As long as Pimblett is smart about it, very one-sided. Last Tuesday, damn, dude. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Also, big congratulations to you guys. We hit 5,000 subs. I really appreciate you. Of course, I was sick for the last 6 days or some shit like that. But I really appreciate you guys. Get this out of here. Let's see. And then up next, of course, we have UFC 323, Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan. You know what? Let's actually do Pantoja Joshua Van fight in the poll. Let's see. Video details. Let's go here. Who's gonna win co-main UFC 324? Gonna be Slamming Gene. Hell yes. Appreciate you for the jewels. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't like Arnold Allen in that matchup at all. At all. I am not an Arnold Allen believer at all. Let's see. Share, create, post. My favorite live on YouTube. I appreciate you, man. In the UFC, the last man, Otto Aslan. Everyone gets nervous. Absolutely. Since Wallmaker was supposed to fight Cody Haddon, I like to see Haddon versus Ewing. Ewing is going down a weight class. He's not going to stay. We are live. Okay. Thank you. Perfect. And we're good. Okay. You're nervous? Absolutely. Oh. Nunes KO? Probably. Last card of the year, the fight night is so bad. I disagree. I think it's awesome. I like Royval Cop a lot. Topuria cannot really focus on the camp right now. Yep. That's what it seems like. Slamming the absolute house on Abdul. Yeah, as you should. Everyone gets nervous. Yep. I get the UFC isn't giving Movsar Murphy the title shot because they aren't the most exciting. But why do you think they're giving the Yan the title shot? Giving Yan the title shot when he lost when the first fight was boring. Literally, it's only because Merab wants to continue fighting. That's it. Thank you, Han, for the heart. Thank you. Gonna be Slamming Gene and Umar as well. I agree. My favorite, again, appreciate you. I really hope Gaethje is training his takedown defense. It's not even gonna matter about his takedown defense. It's gonna matter about the grappling. That's what he needs to train. The get-ups, the staying safe, the scrambles. That's what he needs to train. What's your UFC 323 parlay if you had to pick a couple locks? Well, I think there's some complicated. There's some free ones like Abdul. Let's see. Son of a bitch. Here we go. So let's go. Well, Bruno Vieira. I think Marvin Vettori is absolutely washed. Bruno Vieira. Iwo. I'm sorry. Matt Mansar, Marion. Oh, was that it? Yeah, I like Iwo, Jesus. Jalen Turner, Iwo, and Mansar. I guess you want to take the Turner one out of there, maybe. I like Marion Santos, Mansoor, and Iwo. Okay, Armin versus Ilya. It's gonna happen. It's just not yet. Ilya wins it anyways. Pantoja King. Yep. I got Allen. No way. No way. He doesn't finish anybody. I'm very confused. Let me know why. I'm very nervous about it. Yeah, it's you're only gonna get more nervous before it comes. Once it comes, you'll get a little bit more, motivated and relaxed, but you're gonna have a lot of anticipation. You gotta start hate Ivo Haslam because of me. No, no, no. I don't hate him. I don't hate him. Aaron Rodgers is back tomorrow. Tune in versus Josh Allen. Yep, damn right. Ewing fought at 145. I believe he's going down a weight class, he said. Volk going to retire if he loses to Lopez? No. I mean, if he loses the next one, sure, but they'll be 1-1. Why would he retire? Last bet of the year will be Vallejos. Absolutely. Diego Lopez and Volk 2 does not make sense. Again, I think the biggest thing is Murphy was not ready to turn around like he did, and Mavzar was not ready to turn around. Lopez was ready to turn around. They needed another title fight. I'm sure they asked Murphy. He said no. Sure, they asked Mavzar. He said no. Lopez was ready. That's why Lopez even wrote on a message or whatever and said, "Stay ready." They were ready. They got this. They got the fight. Being nervous is not productive. Read baby books. Help the mom to be productive. There you go. Favorite MMA fighter John Cena. Love Bruno. Hell yeah. I think he gets taken down. He could be in trouble, but I think he's gonna touch his chin just like a truck. Fair enough. Holloway got leaked. Oh, Holloway Oliveira got leaked for 324, but I think that's cap. Holloway Oliveira will more likely happen in March or April, 100%. 323, lock Marion Santos, Ibel Marab. I think Turner starches Edson. So do I. I'm excited about the welterweight that just signed from Bellator. Yep, me too. Me too. I like your beard. Appreciate you. Volk Diego makes no sense. Yes. Yep. Yep. Especially because we just seen it. I understand why they did it because Diego's wanting to fight right away. I get that, but yeah, because Holloway said he plans to make a comeback around April or March. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Van Turturro win and battle each other for a year at the top. Fair enough. Max Charles 2 is official. Let's go. Volk beats Lopez again. Yes. But it could get dicey. Like Lopez had success. Poatan could be moving up to heavyweight to fight Gon for interim title if Tom sits out. Yuck. Dana White, we asked Mavzar for a title shot and he said no. There you go. Mavzar versus Evolov title eliminator in the works. That would make sense. Vinicius Oliveira versus Farad Basharat is agreed upon. Ooh, I love that fight. Yo, what's up? What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you. Would you give Hiraguchi a chance versus Pantoja? Yeah, he's fast. Guess what, though? Takedown defense is still not great, and I guarantee you Pantoja would light his ass up on the ground. Hiraguchi versus the winner of Royval Cup? Yep. Or loser of Royval Cup. Did you see video of Alex KOing his sparring partner? I did not see it. This dude is definitely AI. Yeah, makes sense. I really think Cejudo can beat Talbot. I do not. If he grapples, sure, but he's not. How would you match make the top of welterweight? Oh, Jesus. The top of welterweight is so weird. Let's see. Top of the welterweight. Where the oh, right there. Let's do the top 15. So I would do. Oh, Jesus. Hold on a second. I would do. Here we go. Rankings. As long as I'm going to go by what Topology has for the rankings, I would do. Oh God, Colby's. That doesn't make sense. Let's do Brady. God, he's not fighting anybody outside. Okay, so let's do Buckley. Brady, Usman, Bilal, uh, Jack versus Morales, Islam versus Gary. And if Shavkat is ready to come back, it'll be Shavkat versus the winner. And I'll do Leon versus Gary. I hope I did that. I can't remember now. Larone says he knocked out Mobzar and posted photo about it, but I think he lied. Are you from U.S.? Hager is not that good. I mean, he's looked really good in any other fight. I think I think Cejudo can beat Talbot. You do. Interesting. I think again, if he grapples, he can win. If he doesn't, he's in trouble. Thoughts on Jan Blachowicz fight? I think he gets starched. That old. His power's overrated, anyways. In Brazil, we talking about other fighters like Poatan Jones or Volter Walker versus somebody. Those are good fights too. Volter Walker versus that one guy who called him out with the American flag bandana. Glad you come on tonight. Appreciate you. Me too. UFC just wants Paddy's shot against Ilya. Be solid. Because if they straight up book 5 ring guy against Champ, it would be gross. Correct. But an interim Paddy, they are doing everything to justify it. And like the weirdest thing is, they don't really have to justify it on the stardom. They have to justify it because he hasn't fought anybody. So like in any other situation, him fighting Gaethje makes sense. Him fighting Vazeev makes sense. Him fighting anybody in that top register, or even fighting Armin for the number one contender, that would make sense. The problem is Ilya's going to be out for so long. Paddy wants to fight. I'm surprised Gaethje took it, to be honest. But we also have to remember there will be short notice opportunities. Armin could slide in there. We don't know. Usman's title shot is Ali Propaganda. Morales is the only one who gets a chance against Islam. I think Shavkat's the only chance against Islam. Islam Dulatov and Jacoby Smith coming for those rankings soon. I hope so. Jacoby Smith did not look great against Nico Price, I believe it was. Taba got hands. Ask Frank. But Henry is going to do something he can win. He has to wrestle. That's if he's going to win, he has to wrestle. My English is so bad. In Brazil, we speak Portuguese. No, you're good. That was fine. You forgot Prates. Yes, I'm seeing Prates here right above Gary. And yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the heck we would do with Prates. I guess you would do Jack versus Michael, Prates versus. I guess Prates versus Buckley, but he just lost. You can't do that. Has to be against another winner. Has to be. That's too far down the rankings. Okay, so I guess it's going to be Islam Prates, Jack Michael, Kamaru Bilal, Joaquin Buckley, Gary, Brady, Gabriel Bonfim. Yeah. Shavkat dominates the Ritter potentially, but they're in a different weight class. Hard to me say English. No, you're good. I saw a video of Ghana abusing his striking coach hard, kicking hard, way bigger than the coach. That sucks. Yeah, that's not cool. I miss Shavkat. Me too. Shavkat versus Usman next. I don't know if Shavkat's ready. Shavkat Usman are injured. Yep. We'll fight for the title. Is the real Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira at 324? It has not been confirmed. It is not happening. UFC becoming too political? How? Is RDR injured? He said the last time a few months ago that he still wasn't feeling very good. Prates Buckley would be fired. Be sick. Paddy Gaethje is a disgrace. Gaethje doesn't deserve anything. He will lose. Should have been Armin versus Paddy for the interim. Well, of course it should have been. But if Armin said no, he's not going to do that quick turnaround because he just fought, then they have to find somebody else. And let's be honest, they were probably talking about that fight, but while Armin was going in for this last fight he just did with Hooker. So Armin was never going to be included in that. Nobody talking in Brazil about Amanda and Kayla. It's a great fight. Prates put Buckley too long to sleep. Oh yeah. Rays, what's up, buddy? Practice writing English. It's okay. Oops. Justin versus Patty, number one contendership. Yep. Ilya versus Armin in mid 2026 for the title. Max versus Charles, BMF. This is what makes sense, but I guess the Paramount deal has to do something with the booking. Well, I don't think it's they're managing the booking. I think UFC and Paramount was like, okay, well, what's this lineup? What's the schedule for January 24th? What are we doing? And UFC started contacting Patty and all these guys. And then Ilya comes out and says he's not fighting for 6 months or whatever the fuck. And then Armin just fights, and we're all like, well, he could turn around. But they're already talking to the fighters. Fights are already booked. They just have to announce the fights. So of course it's frustrating to us because we don't know, but we also don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like Lopez could have been the one that was like, yes, let's do it. Mavzer said, I need more time. Murphy said, I need more time. I'm not ready then. Okay, well, then it's Lopez. With the UFC calls for title fights or fights, big fights, take the fight. Figure it out. Take the fight. Yo, been a while. How's your health? I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm not 100% perfect back, but I'm better for sure. What's his name? Yeah, 100%. I do agree with you. Give him the Bellator former champ. Let's go. I don't think Matty Betts is a good MMA better. Really? He just hit $100,000. What do you mean Matty Betts isn't a good better? He just cashed out on 100 grand. It's on YouTube. On the last pay-per-view. What if Gaethje knocks out Patty? I mean, he could. He has big power. And let's get rid of him. You don't need to deserve to be in the UFC. I agree. I really start to like Carlos Prates. Me too a lot. Me too a lot. He would become champion. He's really fun to watch. 100% fun. Brazil, the moment is is Walter? Hell yeah. Walter's fun. All of MVP wins in the UFC are by decision, but which top contender do you think he could realistically KO? Ooh. Well, a lot of the guys he's hurt. A lot of them. He just hasn't finished them, which, okay, but that's not really his style. He's still schooling all these guys. Gosh, it's so weird because, like, I think 170 is his home. I do. The weight cut sucks, obviously, but the division's so weird. So he's fighting at 185. Who do I think he could realistically finish? I think he could finish Sean Strickland. I think he could finish Brandon Allen. Brandon Allen's probably yes, 100% yes. Roman Dolidze, I think he could finish. I think at this point he could finish Robert Whitaker. Robert Whitaker is not the same Robert Whitaker. We have to acknowledge that. Yeah. I think he could even finish Ikram. People aren't gonna like that. But yeah. Not sure if you watch, but Lane Kiffin will be the new head coach of LSU. Yep, I seen that. It's very weird to me because his Ole Miss is potentially going to the playoffs. It's just weird to me. I don't understand it. Because we have situations such as Gaethje Patty for the interim when Armin is top of the contender. UFC no longer grants title fights based on rankings, motivation by money more than merit. Yeah, but let's say this. Like, let's say I have a business plan, okay, and I have to schedule it out for the network or the business partners. This deal just went through, but we're waiting for this one. So then this one comes and we're doing here, but you're like, well, this one just finished. Why couldn't this one be involved? Well, that one can't be involved because it just fought. What if UFC went back to this one and said, or I did and said, hey, we need to do this. Can they be involved? No, not really. Okay, well, then it's this. I'm sure the UFC were trying to get him involved, but he just fought. He's not going to turn around 2 months later and fight again, 2-3 months later. Of course, in theory, 100% Armin should get the next shot. The problem is he just fought and he's not. He can't. He's never going to turn around and do that again. He just won't. 100% raise. But I do understand what you're saying. You're reading the old chat messages? No. Because nobody in Brazil cares about Amanda, but I really hope she KOs Kayla because she's not submitting her. I think if Kayla can get her down, she can beat her up. 100%. But her strike defense is bad. Kayla over Amanda all day. I'm betting my house on it. Eee. Glorious beard, man, my man. Appreciate you. Who do you have for Nunes? Harrison Nunes. In the case of Diego Volk, I guess it's a grab Mexican crowd. I mean, they gave Yair custom interim title. UFC Noche, UFC Mexican people go hard to support the athletes. And again, you have to think of it like this. Dawson, what's up, man? They Lopez, he even posted about it. Stop whining and accept the fights. Stay ready. When the UFC called and said, hey, okay, well, Lopez was not the first person they called. That's ridiculous. Lopez is not the first guy they're going to call about it. I'm sure they called. Mavzar, you ready for a title shot at January 24th? No? Okay. Murphy, are you available for January 24th? Can you fight for a title? No? Okay. Lopez, yes. Okay. You know, I get it, but we have to keep that stuff in mind. Gone, Patty. What? By the way, Chandler won against Mendez, got W somewhere after 2021. Yikes. I thought he said he wasn't doing the Mendez thing. You think he's going to make it to the top five or champion? Potentially. Chandler a punchy bag now? Yeah. Protest after first loss, end of the hype for US here in Brazil? What? Yeah. His first loss did not end the hype for me. UFC invested money into Mexico with a PI too, so they want the Mexican fighters to win. I mean, wanting fighters to win doesn't mean they're going to win. You know what I mean? You look different. Were you ill? Yeah, I was ill. 100% ill. I was in bed for like, what, 2 days or some shit? All motivated by profit? I disagree. But when you're a business that has 3,000 fighters and you have to pay them, I'd be motivated on profit too. Does Marab have to lose eventually? Of course he has to. Every fighter that sticks around too long has to lose eventually. Can the interim fighter fight someone else? I don't think so. All the fight nerds lost his hype after losses. I disagree. I don't think Carlos Prates lost it. It was a decision. Also, same with Borello. I thought he was doing very, very well besides the two big eye pokes by Evolve. Winner of Patty Gaethje fights Armin in 3 months. I don't think fights Armin. I think he will fight Ilya, and then Armin will fight the winner of that. I don't know, man. I think Van has a lot of potential to win. Potential, yeah. The way he grapples reminds me of my scout. Okay, you're very cool. Alrighty. Cool. See you later. Yeah, dude, you are like 5 minutes behind on messages. My bad. Oh, it's not. I'm not that far behind. They did Patty Gaethje because they know Patty will win. They don't know that. That's not. It's not a guarantee. Patty Ilya would be the biggest fight in the UFC since Khabib Conor, especially if Patty gets nasty with the trash talk. Oh, he will. Oh, he will. Ilya took Topuria gained 700,000 Instagram followers last night. So. That looks so natural. Just skip some and scroll to the latest. Jesus. We'll take it with the rankings because they obviously don't mean shit. Well, Dana's even said it doesn't mean shit. I mean, we go on it because it's getting published all the time and getting talked about. It doesn't mean everything. It's when fighters are ready, when the UFC calls, accept the fight. And that's what it is. That's what the business is. I don't mean shit. You have deserving who put in the work. Well, Armin didn't deserve it. He beat Dan Hooker. Also, he got a title shot and he fucked that up because he wanted to play grab ass with some yuck person on YouTube and pulled his fucking back the day before. So he got his shot. He's lucky to get any fucking thing. I think someone is going to get finished in Volk versus Lopez too. I do. I agree. Cat is too cute. Appreciate you. Does your cat have autism? No. Wait, did Michael Chandler and Chad Mendes fight in a different promotion? I don't think so. He's looking at the camera. Yep. Beautiful eyes. Pretty cat. Thank you. Her name is Maple. Yep. Appreciate you for the 100. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, man. What's up, buddy? What's up? What's up? Usually come into live to troll, but I like your cat, so I bid you good day. Appreciate you. Miss Cat showed up. Yep. It's all fake. Okay. Hello. Hello. Where does these, wait, what? Does you Joe Rogan guys come from? Who knows? His loss here in Brazil, I said. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Joshua Van for the upset win against Pantoja. I don't know if I spelled it right. No, you spelled it right. I don't think so. I don't think so. If it stays striking, sure. Sure. But I think Pantoja is such a good grappler. Yeah. Could be a problem for Van. The cat Reddit talk MMA, yeah. Frankie believed one of them when they said rip David. Oh, yeah. That's all of his hype in Brazil. Big deception. Absolutely. Speaking of him, he said you guys are talking about collab on 323. Yep, we are. 100%. Your cat was trying to tell you Ibo was going to knock out Ibo. Maybe. They use Kool-Aid. You from Duck Dynasty? Yep. Hi. Yo, what's up, Mix? I really hope Patty stands with Gaethje. Oh, he will. And we have to remember he's longer than him, too. The cat ready to talk MMA? Yeah. Yeah. Very, very much ready. I'm caught up. Rob is gonna swarm the heck out of Petter. Yeah, yeah. Also, if Corey Sandhagen can hit Marab and hurt him because he said he did, so can Jan. Baldy's sold with these fights. I disagree. I think they're fun fights. Like the Umar Figueiredo fight, that makes no sense to me, but I'll watch it. It'd be fun to me. Do you think Pimblett will tower over Gaethje like he did Chandler? I think so. I think Chandler's shorter than Gaethje, but I think he'll be bigger and longer. Brazilian hate Lost. Only the people that like after Lost is Charles. Yep, but I don't like he speaks wrong Portuguese and I hate this. Oh, okay. I like Charles a lot. I don't think Gaethje should have gotten the shot. If anything, Max deserved it more. I agree. Giving Justin the shot sets a bad precedent. Dude sat out for a year and bitched about getting a title shot and got it. Well, did he get a title shot? He got an interim title shot. He didn't really get a shot. Is Alexander Pantoja above Khabib now? I mean, he's fought more well-rounded fighters. What is fake? What is the guy talking about? I don't know. Pound for pound, he's getting close. He's fought better fighters. I want to see Van pull like a Dillashaw upset. That would be fun. Yeah, it'd be fun. I like Pantoja a lot, so I don't want to see him get finished. But seeing Van pull off a split decision win, I'm okay with that. You don't know nothing about English. He's a donkey fighter. What? Kichi will find that chin eventually if it stays standing. That's potential. I think if he finds that chin, it's early. Actually, reading the only bad matchmaking was Lopez and Volk. I don't think it's that bad. I don't understand it as like we just seen this fight, but like we already always knew if he beat Lopez, he was at least one at the most one fight away from getting a rematch with Volkanovski. We knew that. Again, I'm sure Lopez was not the first person the UFC went to and said, "Hey, you no, no." Like, what do you mean wrong Portuguese? Gaethje is 5'11", Patty is Pimblett is 5'10", but is Pimblett? I think Pimblett has a longer reach. Let's see, 324. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, 3-inch reach, 1 inch in height for Gaethje. 6 years older as well. Yeah, I like Pimblett in that fight a lot. I like the 323 card, but the last two fights I'm not hyped for at all. I think both will be still by a dominant performance. I don't think it'd be crazy dominant. I think there could be some crazy stuff happening there. Van's really good. Also, Jan is better than he was in that first fight. And Jan fought very, very well in that first fight. It just Mob was all over him, you know? So I don't think Pimblett will tower over Gaethje. I think it'll seem like he's bigger than Gaethje. Maybe not tower, of course, but Pantoja, nobody cares in Brazil, but he's a good fighter. I think in America, nobody cares too. I like Pantoja a lot. Who's your favorite MMA of the current roster? Oh, current roster. Um, I mean, I like Vinicius Oliveira. I like Prates. Um, I don't know if I have a current favorite, to be honest. People bitching about Lopez Volk too, as if Murphy or Evolov were gonna do shit to Volk. Well, And I don't think it's necessarily that. I think the thing is like, well, why did like Mavzar? I don't know if Mavzar deserves it. I thought Aljamain Sterling beat him. Close fight, but cool. Also, his most exciting fight was I thought he lost. Cool. If anything, Murphy deserved it, but Murphy declined the fight against Volk. He wasn't ready in January. You got to be ready. If they call you for a title fight, you say yes. Unless your fucking leg is off, you say yes. Do you think Amazov will reach the top 10? Yes. Low key Abdul is a crazy prospect for UFC 205. I don't know if I know who that is. Let me see. Da, 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 da. Abdul. Why in the world can I not spell that? It's definitely not that. Oh, that guy. Yes, 100% agree. It's Abdul Rahman Yakiev. Yeah, very, very fun fighter for sure. Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he's a little small for 205. I got to be honest, but yeah. Who has had a better career, Volkanovski or Matt Hughes? Volk. Why are you copying my profile? That makes no sense. Pimblett, advantage over Gaethje, 73-70. Yep. Yep. Reach advantage. Yep. My favorite would be Marab. What? And you're not even a fan of wrestlers? Oh, I'm the city of Cyborg Fighter. Remember his making the event today in my city, male Cyborg. Oh, the one MVP broke his forehead. I say my current is either RoboCop or Yuri. Ooh, okay, that's a nice one. Nice beard. Appreciate you. Hey, so me and my brother were going back and looking at GSP and Anderson Silva's record. If you look at the records, they're not as impressive as everybody thinks. I think if you go on name value, sure. The problem is how what they're doing and how they're doing it. There was just nobody at the time of doing those things. That's the biggest thing. It's just they were beating every fighter in the weight class, and then they were beating not great fighters in the weight class because there's nobody else. I like Pantoja. Yes, me too. Pivot might be able to eat Gaethje's punches. He might be able to. I don't think when you look at that fight, you're like, oh, he's gonna KO him. I mean, maybe, but no. I think it's the grappling because Gaethje's not a good grappler. He might be able to stuff some takedowns here or then, but Pimblett doesn't have to get. He can get the back and then get him down. It's something like that. Malcolm Azamat when I don't know, but I like that fight a lot. The high division, Pantoja, nobody cares here. Yeah, that sucks. Remember, oh, Scousers don't get knocked out. Yep. Yep. I do remember that. That was a weird one. That was a weird one. Rob and Pantoja both win. You have to make a super fight. There is no one left in the respective division. The run through top 10. Showbiz, you are correct. My favorite fighter is Taporia. Really? Prime GSP or Islam? Prime GSP. I think GSP beats Khabib. It's Pimblett. Like British people, I believe. Man, the UFC 324 is really based in hype, not on real contender. It's those are the guys that accepted the fight. If like Murphy would have accepted it, he got the fight. They said no, those guys got in. All of those main card fights are great. All of them. Let's see. 324, 324. Huh. Right here. Okay. Yeah. Kayla Harrison, Amanda Nunes, Gaethje, Pimblett, O'Malley, Young, Acosta, Lewis, Allen, Gene Silva, Krylov, Bukaskis, Grasso, Namajunas. That's the only fight that I fucking hate. I hate that fight so much. Nurmagomedov, Figueiredo, Gutierrez, Puliev, and there's also more fights. More. There's only 9 right now. 9. GSP had a great record. I just checked it some back. Mobzar Murphy, who do I have? Probably Mobzar. But Murphy is a dog. And it's good striking too. I just think that grappling might be able to beat Murphy. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Yeah. Cyborg is roided. Yes. Which country you USA obsessed with besides USA? What? But if you look at John Jones' record, you like, wow, no one ever do that like this dude has done in the sport. There's GSP, that's Anderson Demetrius, and there's John Jones way above. I agree. GSP was still the best I've ever, even when he went to 185. I admit I like watching GSP fight. Yeah, me too. I like it a lot. Him coming back after years of not fighting, Michael Bisping, I thought was awesome. Bro saved me some beard. I mean, they like two and John's a 10. Okay. I think they're more like a five and John's or like 6.5, 7, and John's a 10. But 73-28 Pantoja. 73-28. What? More I'm here. Lucas, he was a beast. I'm so glad you don't have to pay for the number of cards anymore. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad the UFC pay-per-views are done. I agree. You don't think Azamat Ankalaev is one of the best fights at light heavyweight? Yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think Ankalaev is that exciting ever. I think the UFC needs to give the French guy a 155 a title eliminator. French guy, what? Entertaining night. Why do you not like Grasso versus Namajunas? Because I don't think Grasso is very fun to watch. And Namajunas at this weight class, I don't think it's very fun to watch in this weight class. That's it. I like your picture of the cat. Appreciate you. But if you look at it, Usman may not have as many title defenses, but he has a better resume of beating better guys. See, sure, but it's a lot of rematches. And like people were counting like, oh, he's better than GSP. I disagree. Because I think 3 of his fights of his title, like his defenses, are rematches. Um, Jorge, Colby, and then he fought Burns. I believe that was it. But it's rematches. It won't get that with me. I will be knocking straight out cold. I'll be knocking straight out cold. What we discuss in UFC. When is Pico returning? He looked so good against Murphy before the KO. God, I don't know. I just hope it's when he comes back ready. Comes back with a little bit better head movement. But yeah, he was looking good. GSP and Khabib fought. Honestly, the outcome might have just been they fall in love and live happy ever after in Dagestan. Welcome everyone. Please like, share, subscribe, activate the bell notification. Watch more enjoyable content. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes, smack that like button. Super chats are always welcome. I appreciate you. Your poll was sorry. Your poll was 73-28 doesn't equal 100, but that is what it said. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You are correct. I think he means Norsadine Imavov. Oh, okay, yeah. Joshua Van TKOing or getting choked out is what I got. I don't know because Pantoja has a good chin. I think if you finish him, it's later in the fight when he's tired. Pantoja. I think if Van wins, it's by a split or it's a Pantoja submission or decision. He is French, but occasionally Dagestan. Okay. I have a feeling 323 title fights might be a real bangers fight of the night contenders. Potentially. Potentially. Jan is better than he was the first time. But look at the fight he has before the title. I mean, he did kind of run through the division. He started laughing guys. Yeah, a lapping guys. You're correct. Hope you're always happy. Appreciate you. Hope you are too. Sean Brady, Matthias Gamrot would be fired. That'd be sick. Sean Brady's dropping a 155. He said I hate it. I hate that. For a guy that's chin's not great and he gets hit a lot, grappling's good, but 55 he's a big boy. I don't like that. Patty Gaethje love both. Can't wait to see what happens. I agree. I'm not a big Gaethje guy, but MMA, what was your first fight you ever saw? Mine was the Brock made me MMA debut against Min So Kim. That's a crazy pull there, buddy. Great one. I think one of the first ones that I consciously remember because I watched Cowboys' entire career through the WEC and then to the UFC. Jose Aldo when he was 4-1, watched him debut in the WEC all the way to the UFC to the end. But one of the ones that really stands out to me is Brian Stan and Doug Marshall. That's when I was like, oh shit, all right. Lucas now, okay. My prediction is Ilya will vacate the title after a few months to move to welterweight or new division, and whatever is the interim champion will be promoted, and Armor will fight the title for the title in June. That's possible. And honestly, I don't think it's necessarily affecting Ilya as much as potentially affecting his kids. I don't know. It all feels a little weird to me because like he doesn't give a chance to anybody in the division below him when he won't beat Volk, and then he moves straight up. And then all this stuff happens. It's silence, and he comes on and says, "I'm not fighting for a long time." It's like, all right, man, I'm over it. Hi, big. Passing through double tap. Appreciate you. I don't want to see Sean Brady drop down. Me neither. For some reason, I want Gaethje to win against Patty so he can ruin the plans. That's fair. His chin is already gone. Yes. Is there a better fight at light heavyweight other than Magomed Azamat? I mean, Azamat Yuri, Azamat Khalil, Azamat Olberg. I mean, anybody. At least those will be exciting. You made a prediction for Nunez Kayla? I have not. My camera will be here on Wednesday. Um, then I will. Brian Stanton was an awesome fighter. I miss him being a commentator. Dude, me too. Man, me too. Such a good one. He just did something a little while ago. It's almost like in like interview wise, it was awesome. Remember watching Korean Zombie Garcia one? Yep. Another one was Garcia Mike Brown. A big one I really remember is Uriah Faber Jens Pulver in the WEC. That was crazy. I remember Mike Brown winning the belt against Uriah Faber, who I hated at the time. Ended up liking him towards the end. But yeah, awesome stuff. Is Cub Swanson officially retired? Yes. He's my favorite fighter, real Lionheart. I agree 100%. Yes, he retired. He said he would come back for like a big fight if it made sense. But yeah, Nunez, Kayla probably could be main event of its own. I agree. I remember watching him against Abel Trujillo. Yep. Stay okay. Good job. Goodbye. Who had a better prime, Vanderlei or Sean Evans? Vanderlei. Not even close. Not even close. Vanderlei. Do you think Sean Strickland can stop Fluffy's wrestling? No. No. DDP took him down like it was a fucking get up off the couch real quick and let him up. I remember Aldo Faber was Sacramento, and I was there watching my hometown boy Faber getting his butt kicked via leg kicks. Dude, people forget how good Aldo was. Oh, God. Oh, God. He was. Whew. Am I wrong for saying wrong by saying the lightweight division is number 3 now? I think bantamweight and welterweight is better now. Um, Honestly, I think I'm more intrigued with the lightweight than bantamweight, but I think welterweight's number 1. I think it's welterweight, lightweight, bantamweight. Ilya going towards bad idea. Yeah, yeah. Did damage Darren Elkins retire? I don't know if he officially retired, but he needs to. Reba Vix, Ludovic Klein, Reba Vix all day. Fluffy, I'm of all probably best fight at middleweight. I mean, probably. I'm of all very strong fighter. So yeah, I can see that too. Yep. Khabib took who down? Uh, who does Jamal Hill fight next? Who knows? I can't even remember now. I forgot what the question was. Sorry. Who all remembers Frankie Edgar was really good before he ran into Benson Henderson, LOL, and the Gray Maynard? Well, destroyed Gray Maynard the third time they did. Benson Henderson robbed him the second fight. You remember that, Lucas? Ooh, that was bad. Ooh, that was bad. Sorry about my terrible English. No, you're good. You're good. Michael Chandler beat Chad Mendes. Finally, he got a win. Eesh. Fluffy ran through Extreme Couture. Guys, only Strickland is left. Let's go. What did they do? Touch each other? Oh, other thinking of Connor? Yikes. Wasn't that the Denver fight rematch, bro? I think so. Let me look. Benson Henderson. God, he robbed him so bad. I remember even as a kid, I was like, this isn't even that close. Holy crap, Frankie got it. And then they gave it to him. So I was like, that's cool. Where is it at? Frankie 2, August 2012. I wasn't that young, but Denver. Yep. It was Cowboy and Gallard. First time, get this, first time Gallard had been KO'd. Wild. WC was kind of similar to UFC, I'm guessing because both MMA organizations are ran by Zuffa. I mean, it was, but it really didn't feel anything like the UFC. And he had Frank Mir commentating, which, oh my goodness, it was awesome. Patty the Batty, let's go. It's your time. Let's go. Strike Force to WEC, WEC. Personally, I have so much nostalgia for WEC. Yeah, I was like, split decision BS. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thoughts on Ateba, Andre Ateba all day, every day. He's going to get hurt by the champion. I think so, too. If it wasn't for the WC, we wouldn't have featherweights, bantamweights, or flyweights in the UFC. 100% correct. 100% correct. Bo Nickel versus Yoel Romero. That doesn't make sense. Ian fights Islam for the title now, and Morales and Shavkat fight each other for the next shot after that. I don't think so. If Shavkat's not ready, it's Morales, Prates, and then Gary fights for a title. But if Shavkat's ready, it's Shavkat first. I'm rooting for Jan, praying he wins. Fair. I think Pantoja wins. Very, very good grappler. But Jan has a chance. Oh, you're talking about Jan. I don't think Jan's beating Marab, unfortunately. Not unfortunately for me, but for you. Welcome. Sup? We got to calm down. He beat Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson, and Michael Chandler. I think he's going to get touched on that chin. Potentially. Potentially. Melvin Gillard was frightening to watch back then. I remember watching him. Yeah, he had some crazy finishes. His speed was freaking wild. Wild. Like he ended his UFC career with 12-9, only one KO loss again, freaking Cowboy. But he freaking let's see what it was. He was dominating Josh Neer and then gets caught. That sucked. Destroys him. Tim gets guillotined by Nate Diaz, and he was beating Nate. It was crazy. I remember that. Waylon Lowe, disgusting knee to the body. Jeremy Stevens, it was a fun fight. Destroyed Evan Ingram when he was 11-1, coming off of a decision he should have won. Destroys Shane Roller, which not great, sure. The Jim Miller one was tough. The main event for the following year or so. Actually, a couple months later. Yeah, a couple months later after the Lozon finish. The Jim Miller one was crazy because he hurt Miller. And then Miller choked him out. And then, yeah, Cowboy knocks him out, destroys Mac Danzig, destroys Mac. Oh, my goodness. But he had some crazy finishes in the UFC. Yeah, Marcus Davis, he won by cut. Rick Davis was wild. Why is this guy 3-0? I'm confused. Yeah, that guy hit hard back then. Better than Oliveira in English and too much Portuguese. He speaks all wrong. Okay. Scouts just don't get knocked out. No, I'm gonna definitely bitch. I'm not part of your little fucking trash collective. I'm not chosen. Okay. Because of WC, we got guys like Poirier, Swanson, Cowboy, Jose, Benson Henderson. Yep. Mike Brown as well. There for a minute, you know. Quinlan, Bahamondes, who do I have? Is Bo Nickel fighting or wrestling Yoel? Is that a real thing? Because it's not happening in an actual fight. It's not happening. They would never sanction that. You probably just got me to look it up. Oh, he's fighting. He's wrestling him. Okay, that's what he's doing. Absolutely, Yoel Romero. 100%. December 20th. Yeah, 100%. Quinlan Bahamondes, who do you got? Quinlan. I think Taporia is taking time off to put his weight to fight Islam at 170 at the White House. I agree. Barbie Green. Hello, Mr. Beard. Appreciate you. I'm doing pretty good. Bo Yoel, wrestling match. Yep. Bro, do you see that sixth submission the other day from the MMA fighter? It was Toby Amata finishing Jorge Masvidal. I did see that. It was crazy. Joe Rogan after Patty versus Jared. Ooh. You know something about? No. Yeah, straight up fucking trash. Okay, cool. Dan Severn is underrated. Sure. I remember that card Melvin Gillard Don Cerrone was Cub Swanson Charles Oliveira was on the card in 2012. Really? Was that the same card? Jake Shields, Ed Herman, Max Holloway, Justin Lawrence. Back when Max Holloway was 6-1, he was 20 years old. Bahamondes, uh, Nick Lentz. Nope. No. No, it was Benson Henderson, Frankie Edgar, Cerrone, Gillard, Shields, Herman, Okami, Buddy Roberts, Holloway, Lawrence, Dennis Bermudez, Tommy Hayden, Michael Coupier, Jared Hammond, Eric Perez, Ken Stone, Camus, Peg, Jesus, Dustin Peg, Nick Lentz, and whatever that Japanese name is. Not going to get that for sure. That's it. Crazy Max Holloway been in the UFC since 2012, the year I graduated from high school. Yeah, me too. Craziness. Can you draw a dinosaur? What? Was watching Holloway in the UFC. Absolutely. Remember Jens Pulver? Hell yeah. Who was the most whatever champion for me? Carlo Esparza moved zero needles. Leanne Murphy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Leanne Edwards. The woman who won the Ultimate Fighter became champion. That person. Bilal Muhammad is another one. Awful. Poor Armin don't get a title shot. He'll get one, just not yet. Calling it a cult. Shocked the UFC allowed that, right? Dan Severn had such a great longevity. Yeah, this was, gosh, not many fights either. 10 fights on a pay per view. I don't want to hear anybody bitch and complain about this pay per view nowadays. The main card was a 6-1 against a 4-1, 12-3, 28-7, 27-6, 18-8, 19-4, 30-11, and 17-2, 15-3. Again, the last two fights, fun, but that's it. Jared Hammond, the Speedo guy. No, that's Dennis Hallman. I think that's Dennis Hallman. Did I just pull that out of my ass? Yep, Dennis Hallman. Armin kind of messed up when he ruined the main event against Islam. He turned down the main event against Gamrot, then headbutted Hooker and could have caused a lot of cut and canceled the fight. Hey, Colostrum. Also, everybody in the chat that's bitching complaining about the fight, he broke Hooker's nose. Dan Hooker talked about it. He broke his nose because the doctor was like, "Oh yeah, you got a broken nose and you got the hematoma here." And he goes, "Yeah, the broken nose was from the weigh-ins." Not only did Dan Hooker go in there and get his nose broken before the fight, he went in there and got all the hematoma here. Armin doesn't deserve shit. Thank you for reminding me, Colostrum. I forgot about that. That was 13 years ago. Damn, these years go by so fast. Yes, they do. Seems that you are more interested in the fighters. Thank you, anyways. You are more interested in the fighters. Thank you, anyways. Appreciate you. Did Khabib have a better career than Matt Hughes, pound for pound? No. Appreciate you, Duncan. Definitely Tom. He's done nothing. He doesn't move anything. That's another one. Thank you very much. Oh, he graduated high school in 2012. Didn't graduate, but that's when I would have. Yes. And man, you know who I think is crazy fighter? Tony Lopez. Am I for some reason not remembering who Tony Lopez is? Sounds familiar, like a regional fighter. Lopez. Oh, 65-33. I do remember this guy, and there's a reason why I do. He knocked out somebody or was knocked out. Boy, does he have a lot of knockouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness. He has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He knocked out somebody in MMA. He has a crap load of freaking Sergey Spivak beat. I'm like, okay, cool. Joey Meltron. Remember Cody East? Ooh, that guy's bad. Ooh. I remember seeing him knock out somebody, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay." Um, Tanner Bozer, what the heck? Da, 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 da. Houston Alexander, was that what I'm thinking? That's potentially what it was. That he beat him in the third round. Back when I was following Houston Alexander. What a Cinderella story that was. This guy's fought everybody. I mean, this is ridiculous. And this guy was freaking 17-2 at one point. Crazy. Facts. Everyone is acting like Armin is a victim. Correct, Colostrum. Thank you. I'm from India. Sup? Yo. From Russia. Sup? What's crazy, he never fought in the UFC. Well, if you look at his record, I mean, he probably should have at some point just because of how much. Like, he was 30-8 at one time in 2012. 30-8. Problem is, like, he did beat Shamil, who was 12-1 at the time, by triangle choke in the third round. That's pretty cool. That's good. But also, like, the problem is a lot of his wins are against not good guys. It seems like every time he fights someone decently good, he loses. So that's a little tough, and probably why he didn't fight a lot. Holy crap! Let's hide all the canceled fights. What are we doing here? MMA. Let's do that. Shown. Okay, cool. How many freaking. Hold on. MMA. Here we go. He just fought, actually. He fought this year against Tyrell Fortune. Oh my gosh. You guys remember when he was undefeated? I forgot that he did that. He knocked him out. Uh, DeAndre Tipton sounds like a football player. Pretty sure there is a Tipton. On the Cowboys, maybe? Also, talk about those games. Woo, baby. Sometime Moron yesterday told me BJ Penn had a better career than Volk. That's ridiculous. Remember Kenny Florian? Yeah, he was awesome in the UFC and he sucks in the PFL. Guy got as many losses as his wins. Yeah, he's 65-33. Moreno Tayera. What's up, ET? What? What? All right, it's been a little over an hour. Tomorrow night is going to be the 5,000 sub stream. So I really appreciate you, Brendan Moreno, for the win. That's possible. I do appreciate you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to get a little bit more rest for tomorrow so it can be a little bit better. You think Jan will ever be champion? Potentially. But yeah, 5,000. Will Jim Miller return for 400? He'll be in his 50s. God, I hope not. Yeah, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Appreciate you, Lucas. Thank you guys so much. And again, all the video uploads start again on Wednesday. I do appreciate you. Have a good one.